Mystery 1. The Dyatlov Pass Incident. February 1959, Soviet Union. 9 experienced hikers, a routine expedition through the Ural Mountains. Weeks later, rescue teams arrive at the campsite and find the tent cut open from the inside. They ran, barefoot, into minus 25 degrees. No shoes, no coats, running downhill in the dark, away from whatever was inside the tent. The autopsies came back, fractured skulls, broken ribs, but no external wounds whatsoever. The force came from inside their bodies. One woman was missing her tongue and eyes. Radiation traces were found on the clothing. The Soviet government sealed the files immediately. The official explanation? A compelling natural force. That's it. That's all they gave the families of 9 dead people. In 2019, Russia reopened the case and declared avalanche. The victims' own families rejected that conclusion. 9 people, 0 answers, and one question that nobody has been able to answer in 65 years. What made 9 experienced mountaineers abandon their only shelter and run barefoot to their deaths in the dark? Mystery 2. The Isdal Woman. November 1970, Norway. You were walking through Isdal Valley, mountains, silence, and then you smell it. A woman, burned, alone in that frozen valley, as if the entire world has conspired to make sure no one would ever know who she was. Every clothing label removed, her documents fake, 4 passports, 6 different identities, a suitcase found at a train station days later, wigs, disguises, money from 6 different countries. Police ruled it an accident, but the level of sedatives in her blood was too high for her to have walked to the valley alone. Someone carried her there. Who was the Isdal Woman? A spy silenced by the Cold War? Norway kept the official file sealed for 70 years. 70. Some secrets aren't forgotten, they're buried. Mystery 3. The Somerton Man. December 1, 1948, Somerton Beach, Australia. A well-dressed man, shoes polished, lying in the sand as if sleeping. Dead. No identification. Every clothing label removed. No fingerprint matching any record anywhere in the world. Hidden inside a secret pocket in his trousers. A torn scrap of paper. 2 words in Persian. Taman Shu. Finished. Over. The paper was traced to a rare edition of the Rubaya of Omar Khayyam, found abandoned in a Nerbi car. Inside the back cover, a handwritten code. 5 lines of letters that have never been deciphered. A phone number. A woman who when found went visible pale and denied knowing him. To this day, the code unbroken. His identity unknown. Some puzzles are designed never to be solved. Mystery 4. The Yogtse Case. October 1984, Germany. Gunter Stoll was an ordinary food engineer, and then mid-dinner he stopped, as if struck by something invisible, and said, "I've got it. I finally understand." He grabbed a piece of paper, wrote YOG apostrophe TZE, stared at it, and crossed it out. Hours later, found naked in the passenger seat of his crashed car, with injuries that clearly happened before the crash. Someone moved him there after hurting him elsewhere. Before dying in the hospital, he managed to say one more thing. For a man, Yogtse has no known meaning in any language. It could be an acronym, a code, the initials of something only he understood. What did Gunter Stoll figure out at night? What truth did he stumble onto that ended his life within hours? Some secrets kill whoever finds them. Mystery 5. Maura Murray. February 9, 2004, New Hampshire. Maura Murray was 21, a nursing student, good grades, and that night she did something nobody around her could explain. She mailed her professor saying there had been a family emergency, withdrew all her savings, bought alcohol, threw clothes in the car. No one knows why. Her car crashed on a remote road. A neighbor stopped, asked if she needed help. She said no. She had already called a tow truck. He went inside to call the police. When he came back, minutes later, she was gone. Car locked from the inside. Keys missing. Phone never used again. Maura Murray has never been found. 20 years. Thousands of people investigating online. Still no answer. She's the kind of mystery that makes you look out the car window at night and think, what if it were me? You know what fascinates me most about these mysteries? It's not the strange details. It's not the theories. It's the fact that some of these cases have been investigated for decades by detectives, scientists, historians, and thousands of ordinary people online. And yet, we still don't have answers. I think that's what makes these stories so unforgettable. They remind us that no matter how much we learn about the world, there are still some questions we simply can't answer. And honestly, part of me hopes a few of them stay that way. Mystery 6, The Monster with 21 Faces, Japan, 1984. Imagine waking up to news that an anonymous criminal has laced candy with cyanide across supermarket shelves, and then send a letter to the police, just to taunt them. We are not monsters, we just have 21 faces. Sign it, The Monster with 21 Faces. For over a year, a CEO kidnapped, major corporation extorted, products poisoned in public stores, mocking letters sent to media outlets. One member was caught on security footage, face never identified, and then complete silence. No arrest, no capture, no confession, no answer. The statute of limitation expired in 1994. The monster with 21 faces was never caught. No one knows who they were or what they truly wanted. Mystery 7, The Mary Celeste, December 1872, the Atlantic Ocean. You spot a ship adrift, sails partially set, cargo completely untouched. You board it. Nobody, no bodies, no sign of a struggle. In the kitchen, a half-eaten meal is still on a table. In the logbook, the lesson tried days before. Everything completely normal. Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife, his 2-year-old daughter, 7 experienced crew members, 12 people who simply ceased to exist mid-ocean. No wreckage found, no bodies, no answer, ever. The Mary Celeste remains the most famous ghost ship in history. The ocean still had not told us what happened. Mystery 8, Amelia Earhart, July 2, 1937. Amelia Earhart was the most famous woman alive, the first female aviator to cross the Atlantic solo. Now she was attempting to circle the entire globe. Her last radio transmission, lost, running low on fuel, searching desperately for a tiny island in the middle of the Pacific. Then, silence. The largest search operation in American history at that point. Nothing found, no wreckage, no bodies, no answer. In 2019, researchers found bones on a remote island. Morphological analysis suggested a woman of European descent, height consistent with Earhart. DNA tests came back inconclusive. Some mysteries have no resolution, only the echo of someone who flew too far and never came back. Mystery 9, The Bloop, 1997, the Pacific Ocean. NOAA, the U.S. Oceanic Agency, detected a sound, ultra-low frequency, massive amplitude, captured by hydrophones more than 5,000 kilometers apart. 5,000 kilometers. The sound carried the acoustic signature of a living creature, but to produce it at that scale, the animal would need to be larger than anything that has ever lived on this planet, larger than the blue whale, larger than anything ever found in a fossil record. In 2012, NOAA concluded it was cryoxysm, the sound of Antarctic ice moving. Case closed, but 95% of the ocean floor has never been mapped. Whatever lives at those depths, we have not found it yet. The Bloop may have a clean explanation. The ocean, though, still has not shown us everything. Mystery 10, The Green Children of Woolpit, 12th century, Woolpit, England. Villagers were harvesting wheat when 2 children crawled out of an excavation in the soil. A girl and a boy. Green, their skin was green. They spoke a language no one could identify. Refused every food except raw broad beans. Wept without stopping. The boy died. The girl survived. Over months she lost the green tint, learned English, and told an impossible story. She said she came from a place called St. Martin's Land. Underground, sunless, everything existing in permanent twilight. She and her brother heard bells, entered the cave, and suddenly stood in Woolpit. Malnutrition, arsenic, severe iron deficiency causing green-tinted skin. 2 completely independent medieval manuscripts record the exact same account. 2 different authors, same century, no communication between them. 10 cases, 0 definitive answers. That is what real mysteries do to you. They refuse to give you the ending you want. They stay open, alive, like a door that never fully closes. Which of these do you think has an answer no one has found yet? Tell me in the comments. And if you made it this far, you already know what to do. Alright, I need to jump in for a second here. Up until now, I've been trying to come up with a reasonable explanation for these cases. But the Maura Murray disappearance is one of those mysteries that genuinely bothers me. Think about it. Someone can be there 1 minute, and then seemingly vanish without a trace just minutes later. And what is strange is that a lot of these mysteries share that same feeling. It's like there's one crucial piece of information missing, and without it, the entire story stays frozen in time.